The only local news teams taking action for you. KIMA KEPR Action News starts now.
Coming up this morning on Action News, a serious crash in Kennewick reduced northbound lanes at the Blue Bridge Thursday night. Closed them, in fact. We don't know much about the crash or if there are any injuries, but the scene backed up traffic on the northbound interchange heading into Pasco. We'll share all that we know. Plus, Dan Newhouse is in town talking the Snake River dams and responding to a new report by the Biden administration discussing the negative impacts the dams have on tribal communities. Newhouse says the report is evidence that the White House looks to breach those dams. We'll hear from him. And new land use agreements for Camp Hope now puts them in the right spot to begin work on their on-site behavioral health center. At a council meeting, a resolution to renew their lease had the changes in use required for them to break ground. We'll share when the center could be up and running. That story and more coming up as you start your day with us right here on Action News. Good Friday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm Charity Caldwell.
And Charity, it's Friday, second day of summer. Let's go.
Woo.
It was a gorgeous day yesterday. Fantastic start. We not much clouds. The temperatures were on the warmer side, but I know they're warming up even more so today.
Oh yeah. You know how I said Ellensburg, a few of us would have to wait until Saturday to see those 90s? Well, now all of a sudden we are all expected to be in the 90s today. So very hot temps both today and tomorrow. But right now, let's look at our Tri-Cities weather cam. You can see a little bit of something going on. I don't know if we have a little bit of a haze blocking our camera right now, but in the distance, you can see a beautiful gradient going on. That sun slowly starting to come up. 50 degrees right now, so still sitting chilly, a calm wind. By this afternoon, we will see a north wind at around 5 miles per hour, so we will continue to see that calmness. Stick around until Sunday, which you can see from your weather headlines. Hot temps today and tomorrow, as I mentioned. A dry cold front will bring in those gusty winds on Sunday for a couple of us Saturday night, and that will spark up a little bit of a temperature decrease, thankfully. But other than that, plenty of sunshine to be expected. Still staying clear from the showers, Dave. It is officially summer.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's be honest. I think you jinxed everybody when you said that they're probably asking where their 90s are. I think you did it to them. I'm going to blame you, Charity. Thanks so much. We begin this morning in Kennewick. A serious crash from last night shut down northbound State Route 395 at the southern base of the Blue Bridge for several hours. Washington State Patrol responded to the crash just after 9 last night. They say 25-year-old Jesse Moctezuma Chino had 2 kids in his car when he hit 38-year-old Nolan Williams. You can see in the video Moctezuma Chino's car lodged underneath the semi driven by Williams. Both kids, ages 4 and 6, were taken to Kennewick Regional Medical Center, but the drivers were uninjured. Police say all of the occupants were wearing their seatbelts. Officials believe drugs or alcohol were involved in the crash, and as of 2 this morning, the Blue Bridge was finally fully open. Charges are pending for Moctezuma Chino. A Walla Walla woman is in the hospital after she lost control of her car around midnight. According to Washington State Patrol, 32-year-old Jacqueline Villapano was traveling eastbound on Highway 12 at about milepost 316, 4 miles west of Touche, when she lost control of her vehicle, causing it to roll before coming to rest on the shoulder of the road. A helicopter was used to take Villapando to Kennewick Regional Medical Center. Officials say Villapando wasn't wearing her seatbelt at the time of the crash. A driver with multiple warrants has been arrested after a chase that crossed the Washington-Oregon state line several times, trying to elude police. According to Milton Freewater Police Department, Gina Maria Perez, also known as Gina Marie Raimundo, first caught the attention of Walla Walla police for a suspected DUI. When police began the pursuit, she crossed into Oregon, prompting Milton Freewater police to join in. Spike strips were deployed on Highway 11 near milepost 35 in Oregon, and Perez was arrested. The list of her outstanding warrants includes one from the Idaho Department of Corrections, which noted she, quote, was inadvertently released by the Washington Department of Corrections to community supervision in April. That was per the press release from the Milton Freewater Police Department. Perez was booked into the Umatilla County Jail on several charges, including felony fleeing or attempting to elude police, reckless driving, and 2 counts of reckless endangering, along with fugitive and detention warrants. A Toppenish man is facing a number of charges after being accused of ramming into a state patrol vehicle. 25-year-old Shane Michael Curtis appeared in court on Monday. Reports say a trooper tried to pull Curtis over for speeding on State Route 24 near Moxie, but he took off. The trooper tried to stop Curtis with a pit maneuver, but Curtis then backed into the rear of the trooper's car and took off. Curtis was eventually stopped and booked into the Yakima County Jail, rather. He's facing eluding, hit and run, and possession of methamphetamine charges. His bail was set at $20,000. We've got a scam alert for folks in Grandview. Several people reported someone came to their door offering a great deal if they switched from Spectrum to Dish. They asked for the person's information, including their social security number. Now, that is something that representatives from Dish would not do. It is a scam. Now, remember, never give out personal information to someone over the phone or in an email. If someone does come to your door offering this deal, shut the door and call police. Switching gears here, as the future of the lower Snake River dams continues to be debated, the White House is making new moves on the issue. The Biden administration announced this week the creation of the Columbia River Task Force, who will work with federal agencies to restore native fish populations across the upper basin and develop a term strategy on clean energy needs in the region. The administration also released a new report about the negative impacts the dams have had on tribal communities, a point that Representative Dan Newhouse tells us is slanted and is evidence they want to breach the dams.
These dams have allowed us to attain a living standard that just was not possible before, with the low-cost power, the agricultural benefits, the transportation benefits, all of the different things that the dams up and down the river provide, and not to mention the flood control that is inherent in the dams that used to ravage communities throughout the Northwest.
As part of the new task force, state and federal agencies have begun the Lower Snake River water supply replacement study. The study will include 2 virtual public meetings for folks to share information and ask questions. The links for those times and meetings are up on our website, KEPRTV.com. And one regional tribe is expressing their support of the White House's findings. In a statement yesterday from the Confederated Tribes of the Umatilla Indian Reservation, they say, quote, "It is the first time the federal government tells the truth about how the construction of the dams on the Columbia River devastated salmon runs, inundated tribal villages, important regional gathering and trading centers, sacred sites, burial grounds, and fishing areas that the tribes depended on for subsistence and trade." Now, the full report released by the Biden administration can be found up on our website, KEPRTV.com. Camp Hope is now one step closer to opening its on-site behavioral health center. Yakima City Council members approved a resolution to renew the lease with Grace City Outreach for another 2 years, which includes the changes needed for the planned behavioral health center to be built. The project has not been able to start because of previous land use agreements. Council members reaffirmed their support for the homeless shelter before voting on the agreement.
When folks are putting their livelihood and time, energy towards solving this problem, we need to help get behind them.
Camp Hope CEO Mike Kay told KIMA the center would be able to open by September if all the plans move forward. And with that, let's jump right over to Storm Tracker Charity Caldwell here. Let's talk about the weather for today, because temperatures are going to be hot. I don't know if I can say that any more times, but people are going to be sweating buckets. The ice cream's going to be gone. And quite honestly, your ice in your iced coffee or tea is also going to melt pretty quick. Oh, I know, right? Let's take a step back. Instead of an extra large, you need like the jumbo, the Trenta or whatever at Starbucks. Yeah, like can you just grab a 5-gallon bucket, will you? Exactly. Make sure to drink your water, folks, because it's going to be a hot one. Remember I said Ellensburg would be in those 80s? Well, you're right. I think I did jinx it. Look, we will now be... You should have knocked on wood yesterday is what you should have done. I should have, because look, now we will range from the low 90s, Ellensburg, Walla Walla, Yakima, and Pendleton, into those mid-90s for Tri-Cities, only set to increase for most of us heading into our weekend. You can see minimal cloud coverage and lots of sunshine will be the theme. So, yeah, I mean, not much to say there, Dave. I'm going to wear it out today. Yeah, well, you can't really say much else, can you? No. It's going to be hot. Thanks so much, Charity. The time now is 5:09. Coming up on Keeper KIMA this morning, we bring you to Prosser, where a fallen soldier and Prosser native was honored at the high school. He was killed in action 20 years ago in Iraq, and classmates called him a class act, a great person, and a man taken too soon. We'll bring you to the celebration of life after the break. But later in the show, we talk the Sunnyside Summer Ale Fest. It's on the way and will benefit youth sports. It's quite the event, raising about $40,000 every year, which officials say is remarkable given how small the group organizing it is. We'll prep you for the kickoff tomorrow at 5. Thanks for waking up early with us this morning. We have more local news and weather ahead. Stay with us.